Girl, did you see what I saw?
This time probably. I'm Doris before we get started.
And I'm Tamika.
Honey, I don't even have that many notes, but I'll say this to start, and it's not going to be Where's Robin because I'm gonna stop asking that. Um, this episode was about as boring as Jada Pinkett Smith's new book.
You got that right, because the first time that I tried to watch it, I dozed off midway. And I was
Girl,
just
I had to
like,
stop. Why did I have to? I had to stop for something, but I
mm
forgot what I was doing after I got through doing whatever I was doing. I'm like, dang, what was I doing? I had
hmm.
to stop. It was boring. It got
It
off to a
was.
really good start for the first episode. Usually I have four index cards and notes. I have one and a half, not even a half, just ridiculous. Um,
Mm
let's start with Q. It's time for him to go. I don't think that they can draw the story out anymore because that DA,
Yes.
he is totally on to the whole situation. So hopefully Sabrina can go back to the bank and
hmm.
and Maurice also because that was really a huge part of the storyline, the
It
bank.
was. And when they did that, I was like, man, first of all, I didn't miss him when he wasn't on those last couple episodes. And when they, did all of that and told him that they know he lying and arrested him, I was happy. I was like, okay, now can we just not see him no more?
Yeah, just throw him under the jail. His whole role in
Hmm.
the show was just like, okay, why is he here? So hopefully that'll
Yeah,
be
it
the
was
end
definitely
for him.
just a filler.
Yeah, they didn't have to take
Hmm.
them from their jobs. Now we can just cross right on over to Sabrina because they didn't show Maurice on the episode this week, did they?
Mm-mm, nope.
Okay, I guess they really didn't have a reason to. Sabrina. First of all, her outfit was super cute. I wanted to
It
see what kind of shoes
was.
she had on because she better have had on some red shoes. Anyway, what's his name? Bayou.
Bayo.
Bayo. I was so mad when he was
Mm.
talking about getting married and how many wives
Hmm.
he had. I'm so happy he said he was playing.
Yeah, me too, girl. Cause okay, but one thing that I was, didn't he only put the bail money up for Maurice?
Maurice, right.
So why was he threatening her about going back to jail if he
That was
revoked
a
the bail
mess
money?
up. That was
Okay,
a
I
mess
thought
up.
so. Cause I'm like, what Andy got her out, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
So he was talking about how they was gonna revoke the bail money and he did that for Maurice. He didn't approve of his lifestyle. I think that was last week.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to jump through the screen because stop playing. And she's sitting there.
Right.
I would have showed him the door because who you talking
Yeah,
to?
I was glad in the end when she did start getting upset and told him it's time to go. But before he said he was playing, I was like, okay, his mama must be as crazy as him when he was acting like he was on the phone.
Uh-huh. Talking about some goat.
Yeah,
He made me sick. They need to remove him also because what is the point?
girl, right. It
He was
said she
good for
had
putting up the
childbearing
money.
hips.
Girl, I was gonna bring that up. I was gonna bring it up. She looked like she lost some weight though.
She
She looked like she
does.
lost some weight. She slimmed it down a
Yeah.
little bit. Speaking of
Mhm.
hips, because you already know where I'm going. What's with the circumference of Aaron's hips? I don't even think they showed his hips this time. I think I'm just going back to last week. But his hips, I'm jealous because I never.
Girl, you are so silly. And I thought about that when I sent you the picture of him and his pregnant wife in real life.
Wait a minute. Aaron, did you send me a
Wait a
picture of
minute,
Aaron?
was it
That
Aaron
was
or Calvin?
Calvin. That was
Okay,
Calvin.
okay, okay. Yeah, I
That's why
got
I'm
them
like,
mixed
wait a
up.
minute. But so she claims she didn't tell Aaron that the baby was his. I believe that he knows that the baby is his, but he was just so shocked, I think.
Mhm.
Her telling because you see how he just switched. First he was excited, but
Mhm.
I think I could be wrong, but I think that he's just like tired of her, playing this game. I thought that they was
Yeah,
gonna really get into something when he hugged her
I
as he
did
was walking out the
too.
door. Because it looked like that in the previews, and she looked like she needed somebody.
Right, but she shunned him once again. So
Speaking of body, she finally showing.
I know I was gonna say that. Yeah, she had her little butt only one button high up.
Right.
But why was she was overdoing it though? Because the
I
way she
was
kept
I
shifting
was
in the
just
chair, she acted
I
like she was
was
about
just
9 months
girl,
pregnant.
I was just about to say she was doing too much.
She was
I
doing
just was
way too much.
thinking when I had Dylan, I worked up until my last day.
Mhm.
I left work, went to the doctor's office, and then over to the hospital, and I had him the next day.
Wow.
I was jumping off and down off that gate at work. She was doing too much. Like it was hard for her to get up. Bro, if you don't get up and go play jump rope somewhere because you can
Right.
still do that. She was doing
I
too
was like, okay,
much.
everybody was ready for her to show, but she is really, really overdoing it.
I was mad because how come nobody said that she was showing?
I know. I was waiting on the girls to say something about a
Right,
cute
like
little
she
bump or something,
right, right, but
but
nobody
nope.
said anything.
Mm-mm.
So the girls come over for yet another intervention. I
Mhm.
was disappointed because they got right off the subject and went over to Andy and this dating app.
Yeah.
Andy asked Karen if she had been with anybody else. And Karen said, how could you ask me something like this? But she never answered.
Mhm.
And I'm
Well,
telling
yeah,
you,
she did. Well, yeah, she did. She said it was only those two.
okay, okay.
Mhm.
But she's still getting on my nerves. I just
She
wish that she
is.
had just gone on somewhere.
But I love how Danny don't
Oh,
hold
girl,
back.
yes.
She is like the true definition of a friend,
Girl,
honey. She ain't sugarcoat nothing.
bullet point number 3 on my index card is I love
Mhm.
Danny and her truth.
Yes.
So, oh,
Yes.
but Karen was cute. Let me just give it
She
up. She was
was.
cute.
Mhm.
Um, and they know they're dealing with a delicate situation. So Sabrina, who's really like the peacemaker of the
Mhm.
whole thing, was really like telling Danny to just hold on, just don't say too much. Andy is the one who's going to say how she feels pretty much. She'll try to soften it at the end,
Mhm.
but she's the one that's gonna say how she feels. So I was disappointed in how that went because I don't feel like it went as far as it should go.
Yeah.
So she's still hanging on to Zach being the father.
Mhm.
I don't think did they say anything about that yesterday or this week?
Um, not really. But the question I had, she didn't take the money from Zach.
Right.
I thought she did. This episode was like really confusing me because I thought she did. I don't remember her refusing it.
I don't remember seeing her tear up a check.
Mm-mm.
I don't recall it. So was Aaron offering her the money or was he yeah, he was.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. The writing is confusing me because it's like things that I thought occurred didn't, and or it did, and they writing it a different way. I don't know what's going on.
I
Because
think
I'm
that
like, when
Aaron
did she refuse the money?
she didn't. I
Oh,
didn't see her tear
yeah.
up a check.
Mm-mm.
I did not see her tear up a check. So I want to know where Aaron getting all this money from because I never saw him go to work.
Right.
I never saw him speak about any financial endeavors. But anyway, so Karen, she looked kind of sad when Aaron left.
Mhm.
She said that she loved him. I don't remember if he said it to her first, but she did tell him that. I didn't like how she was taking too long to tell him. You
Yeah.
invited him over, thanked him for coming over. She kill me with that thank you. How she be saying, "You want me to shoot
Mhm.
you? You want me to shoot you? Okay, I'm gonna shoot you, okay?" But she thanked him. Then she offered him some water. If I was in that situation, I would have told him as soon as he came to the door.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have even came past the door. I'd have been like, "Listen, I told you," but she didn't handle it that way. I
Mhm.
believe that that's his child.
I do too. It's got to be still some type of twist or something, but that I refuse to believe that that's Zach's baby.
Unless, like I said, the other guy, I'm gonna look it up and try to find where the other
Well, when
guy
she
was
was
coming.
with him.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, probably in the first season.
Yeah.
I'm look it up. I'm look it up. But this
Okay.
episode was definitely it was boring.
It was. It
It was
was.
boring. I had to just like force myself to get through it. I'm like, okay, what's going on?
Mhm.
Zach goes over to the house.
Mhm.
to check on his son. What's ironic about that situation is the baby's mother's name is Heather. The
Oh.
next door neighbor's name is Heather in real life.
Oh, really?
That's
Wow.
Heather B.
Yeah.
Heather B. But I just was like, okay, so Zach, he runs up in the house. That didn't sound like a child screaming to me.
No. Okay, so that's what I wanted to know because when he kicked the door in, there was no child nowhere.
Well, I didn't see a child either, but the way it happened, well, he was supposed to have been kicking the child's behind at the
Right,
time.
and if he was, then the child would have been right there. Like, but it was no child in sight. Like the kid wouldn't have ran that quick. Because as soon as he kicked the door in, he started going
Right.
in on him. So
What if it was the baby's mother and Zach just didn't know it and he ran up in there and they'll probably talk about it next time. But what if it was the mother? Because he don't have no reason to fight for her.
no.
But what if it was the mother? Because that didn't sound like a child to me. And
Yeah.
why didn't he take the child? He could have picked the child up and left. Yes, they would have got him for kidnapping, but it would have been
Mhm.
a way to get around that. So there's
Right.
something there. And then
Mhm.
why did Fatima tell Zach about what she did with Hayden and that girl? Was that important?
Exactly. I
That
don't know why
wasn't
she
news.
did
And then the way she said it, like she had something to say that was gonna get her in trouble. That was not news.
Right.
I'm surprised she hasn't been on the show yet, but
Mhm.
Hayden is not gonna let it go.
Nah.
Cause he done got his nose wide open.
So
It's only been a
did.
few weeks.
Uh-huh.
But that girl, and I think you might have said this, that they were actually gonna have a real relationship. Was that you?
I don't think so.
Okay, then
Mm-mm.
it was my sister.
Yeah.
But yeah, they could keep what can they keep on the show? Because that's another thing that they can keep.
Girl, they can keep so much.
I like how
um,
Gary is handling the whole situation with Hayden and that girl. Cause he gets frustrated with it, like, okay.
right, like he kind of give his input and then he like, okay,
Then
whatever.
right, and that's how you're supposed to do. Don't get a headache
Yeah.
because somebody else is stuck on stupid.
Like I
I
didn't
don't
threw the
know.
warning out there for you, and
Right.
if you're gonna go and
I
get
don't know if
yourself in the situation, hey.
I don't know if I told you that I saw a clip of I think no, I get confused because I'm like I talked to my sister. There was a
Mhm.
clip of Karen and Fatima off they were on set, but they weren't filming yet. I believe they were like in the dressing room area. They was hugging, saying that they was friends in real life.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. Yep, I
I
saw
still
that.
ain't buying it because I love you and blah blah blah. I don't see Karen anywhere outside of the show. And I say
Yeah.
this because not Aaron, Andy has all these events with the wedding and the party. I never saw Karen in nothing. I know her mother had passed, but
Mhm.
I don't see her hanging with them. Everybody else
Yeah.
is there.
Was she at the wedding?
I didn't see her there.
I don't think I saw her in the in any other pictures either.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
That's why I'm like, okay, what's really going on? And then did you see the part when Hayden and what's his name? Hayden, Zach, and Gary were walking, and he was saying that him and Hayden
Oh
was friends.
yeah.
He didn't say
Uh-huh.
nothing about Gary being his friend though. He did. Gary was walking. I was
That
like,
was a
dang,
one-way thing.
that's exactly what it was.
uh,
They probably don't get along for real. Now, Gary, you can never trust him
Mm-mm.
because he's the type of person that keeps his cards close to his chest. You never know what he got planned. Now, who's in affiliation with this dating app? Is it one of Gary's friends that owns the app?
Um, I think so. I think he did say one of his friends.
So he goes. So the stalker guy shows up at the bar where he thinks that uh, Danny is there to
Danny
see
was
him,
there for him. Mm-hmm.
but Andy was there to go on her blind date. So they were
Yeah.
acting as they say wingmen. I was pissed off at Andy's dress
Girl, me too. Now,
because
I
it
don't
was too
normally be paying
much.
attention, but that was over the top
That
for a
was so
date.
over the top.
And in that setting, it was like off.
Right, burgers and fries and hot dogs. Come on now, that's a dress that you wear not on a date with a stranger. That's
Yeah.
a relationship dress. and you really going somewhere.
I
They
was
sitting in a
like,
booth
what in the world? What was they thinking?
trying to do too much.
Way too much.
So this guy that she's talking to at this date, who is he?
I don't know, but something seemed off about him.
He was a little happy. The
Mm,
stalker and the other guy knows him. So
mm-hmm.
that lets you know that he might be the person that's created the app and Gary's friend.
Oh, you think it's gonna be a connection?
Definitely.
Yeah, 'cause something
Definitely.
seemed a little strange. It's something. I don't know what it is, but it's something. 'Cause that whole
Mhm.
situation was weird.
Starting from her dress, beginning from her dress, it was giving trouble. But anyway, so the stalker guy, I wish he would stop telling her all the things that he knows. Because
Yeah,
he's
that's
telling her what her
crazy.
favorite drink is, and
Yeah.
he knowing too much. And I read somewhere, don't know where it was, that he is a stalker.
Mm.
I read it somewhere, and she's just, it's never okay.
No.
You know too much about me. It's never okay for me to say, okay, well,
Mhm.
go ahead and buy me a drink. So
Yeah.
then they went to go sit together, right?
Yep. Yeah, they agreed to go to a table, but they said they just wanted to be close to Andy.
It's getting ready to turn into a date. Where's
Mhm.
Preston?
That's what I want to know.
I don't remember him leaving. I remember them seemed like they were getting close.
I just hope he don't walk up in there, 'cause that don't look right. That ain't gonna be right.
Well, if they're not together,
Mm.
then there's nothing he can do, especially if he went back to where the cows are and stuff.
Well, no, they agreed to do the dating thing.
See, I
So
don't
I
remember.
Yeah, they agreed, and she said it when they was over Karen's house sitting on the couch. She
I
said
don't
they
remember
agreed to, date and stuff. I mean, well,
well,
do
to see
the
other people. But
mm,
why would they do that when they were getting so close?
what?
Decide to see other people.
No, they didn't decide to see other people. They decided to be together.
Oh, see, I gotta
Yeah.
look back because I don't remember. Because where did
Mhm.
he go?
I don't know where he went, but they agreed to be together. So I don't. Nah, she shouldn't have went over to the table with this. I just hope Preston don't show up, because they be having people show up
But she
in weird
told
places just out the
right.
blue.
But she told the stalker guy that she had a companion, didn't she?
Mhm. Yep. And he still said, "Well, just come and get to know me, since I know so much about you." And
It's a way for her to get out of this because she's
mm,
there for Andy. So it's a way for her to get out of this. I don't
yeah.
like how quiet Gary is. That relationship with Andy came a long way. If you look back at the
Mhm.
very first episode, if you can remember that, when the episode started out with Gary going in there and getting a shower.
Mhm.
Do you remember that? And it came out
Mhm.
one of his kids, it was their birthday or something.
Yeah.
It came a long way from him being semi-violent
It did.
to this. Like he's
Mhm.
extra quiet, and I don't. They need to spice that up some because Gary is
Yeah.
too quiet and he's doing too much behind the scene.
Mhm.
Now, Fatima being pregnant, they're going to have to
Mhm.
work it into sisters. It
Yeah,
just
they
can't
are.
happen over there.
Mm-mm.
So now that Karen is showing, there's going to be some type of tragedy, either Karen or Fatima.
Yeah.
It's got to be somebody's going to have a miscarriage or somebody it's not going to be their child. My sister
Mhm.
was saying that maybe Fatima wasn't really pregnant.
Mm.
Yeah, she is. She talking about we didn't see a pregnancy test, but Fatima's not the type that's going to make up something. That's not
Yeah,
her
no, she
style.
ain't. She more mature.
Right. She's not getting ready
Mhm.
and she's happy about it. She's not getting ready to make up stuff.
Yeah.
So I really, and this may be bad to say, I hope that Aaron is the father. But you got to think about it. There's no space for children on Sisters.
It's not. That's why I don't see. I was surprised that they even had her showing, because
I didn't think she was pregnant.
before that, when she wasn't showing, I was like, okay, it's not gonna be a baby. But there is no room for kids on Sisters.
Mm-mm. They too
Like,
busy going out and having cocktails and stuff. So
mhm,
who gonna watch the child?
exactly.
That
But
situation with
meanwhile, Aaron just need to throw the towel in. Like, how many times you gonna get rejected and just her whole demeanor and everything, and he just still like, well, whenever you ready, or I'm just a phone call away and all of that. It's like not many people that could put up with that.
Yeah, after so long.
Yeah.
So hopefully he'll go ahead and disappear. Zach ain't thinking about her, but she wants to. She
Mhm.
wants him to be like when they went to the restaurant and she was reminiscing, and she wants it to be like that. But she
Yeah,
it's over,
it
and
is.
Andy is trying to tell her.
Mhm.
I don't. He has
All
love
of
for
them
you.
is, even when Danny was like, he love you, but different, in a different
Okay,
way.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
So she.
she was just being honest with her. Andy be acting like she kind of scared to talk. Like she could say more, but she
Well, see,
seemed
Andy
kind of
is in that
scared.
situation that she's in. She's friends with both of
Mhm.
them. But I
Yeah,
still say that Andy is closer with Fatima.
she is.
She has a
She
more of
is.
a history with Karen, but I think
Mhm.
that she's closer. And Fatima
Yeah.
respects the boundaries of the relationship with Karen,
Mhm.
but they're better friends.
Yeah.
You know how we have friends that, you might have a friend
Mhm.
that's good for this and a
Yeah.
friend that you can trust with this. And that's just the reality of it. And I
Right.
think that that's what's the face Karen, not Karen, Andy can be exactly who she is. And
Mhm.
Fatima's going to be accepting of it. She's going to show that support. Whereas if she's around Karen, then you have judgment.
Yeah.
So yeah, of course she's going to gravitate towards Fatima. She's never going to say
Fatima.
it,
Right.
but I think that
But
that's
just
just a special.
naturally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Karen, she need to, but Karen did that by acting a fool
Mhm.
like she did. The first sign of her Andy having another friend, then she lost it, especially because she's in a relationship with Zach. Now I
Yeah.
want them to go back to that paperwork that Fatima printed up
Which one? What paperwork?
for the paternity.
Oh yeah.
They got to go back to that. It looked like Andy was going to say something when they were over Karen's house. It really looked like she was going to say something.
Well, when they all was sitting down, I thought about what you said last week. I wish Danny would have brought up the blank piece of paper. That's why all of this
Oh,
nothing seemed right about this whole thing and her still saying that Zach is the father. Because what was the point of the blank piece of paper? What was that game all about?
so you think she sat down and typed this herself?
No, I just think that it's still something. I don't know. Something just still ain't right. Something is not right. But she seemed, I was kind of believing her because she seemed more believable when her and Aaron was at the table. She seemed confident about the paper and the results and stuff. But it's still strange. Like, why was she playing that game with Zach and Fatima with the blank piece of paper?
But you know why? Because she wants Zach to be. See, look at it this way. She couldn't come with the real papers.
But why
She could.
not if it's,
That's if it is.
yeah,
If it is
yeah,
now, she got Aaron tested, but she didn't do it with Zach. So she's
right.
like playing a process of elimination.
Yeah, so that's true. It's still up in the air because there was no direct DNA test with Zach
Right. I
and
gotta
stuff,
look
and it's
back.
still just her word that she wasn't with nobody else. So yeah, that's true.
I'm still waiting for them to call the mother back.
Yeah, somebody need to call the mama.
But she'll get it together.
Mhm.
Fatima needs to make her have that task because she would be the one that could make her do it. She
Mhm.
could say, listen, he's not going to go any further with this until you get a test
Well, that
because,
is one thing we know. Fatima gonna get it done, even if the baby end up being born like she did that other baby and
uh-huh.
just grab the baby and swab the mouth.
You know what? My sister did that.
She did.
Yes, she did that. I don't think he was his son either.
Yeah.
I can't go into the details, but let's just say that they looked nothing alike in more ways than
Wow.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, she did that. But anyway, so Fatima, if she goes ahead and has this baby, then yeah, she would make that happen. But she
Mhm.
needs to force, she should say, listen, we can't go any further until we get that test. Nothing
Yeah.
Karen can do.
No, it's not.
She
Mm-mm.
pushed in the corner, so she has to prove something. But see, her way of thinking is, I don't have to prove nothing. You gonna see. Zach also
Mhm.
needs to say, listen, we need instead of, but you know what she'll say? You don't trust me. After all we've been
Mhm.
through, you don't trust me. She
Yeah.
needs to get a test, and her other friends, especially Andy, she needs to talk to her about what she saw.
Mhm.
It's funny because I can see it in my mind. You ever seen somebody try to falsify a document and even a letterhead was off?
Mhm. Yep.
That's how I felt when they were looking at it, although they didn't show it to us. That's how
Mhm.
I felt. But yeah, Fatima should. Well, see, I keep on saying Fatima should. It's not her place to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe Andy
Mhm.
or Zach. But I think Zach is getting ready to stay away from Karen because she's caused too much trouble and she's done things that he wasn't expecting for her to do.
Yeah.
So this episode, it was a real snooze.
It was.
It was a snooze. I mean, he came out, Tyler Perry came out with the punches, but this time he just acted like he was scared to write. So I'm kind of
Mhm.
displeased. Now I'm trying to think, what was the episode, the next episode? Did you see the previews?
Um, it really wasn't much. I don't, you know what? It must not have been anything because I can't remember. I
Yeah,
can't even remember what the preview was for the next one.
maybe they didn't
But I
show
hope
it.
it's better than this one.
Girl, you know they're going to draw it out for another season.
Mm-mm-mm.
I can't take it.
No, I can't either.
Yeah, it's too much. He going to start losing people because it's too much. Karen
And
been
is this a
pregnant.
new season or is this a continuation of the last one? I
Continuation.
can't.
He does that all the
Okay.
time. He does
I know.
that
Yeah, I
twice.
hate that.
Me too. I wonder why he does it. To draw out the
Yeah.
storyline?
Right.
Because when you come back from a season finale, it's always juicy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I have to look it up and see how many episodes. What's it usually like? 9?
Yeah, something 9 or 10, something like that.
But look, if it's 10, then he got to do it for the second part.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the second part. He need to do something because I'm tired of Karen.
Definitely tired of Karen.
I can't believe that she didn't accept the money. Aaron was talking
Yeah, me
about how the
either.
place was coming along nicely. Who's paying for it? Unless she,
Right.
I don't think she had insurance. But anyway, this was a snooze. It
It
was. So I'm
was, and
just,
it literally made me snooze.
yeah. And I watched it early in the morning. Couldn't wait to go ahead and watch it.
I
After,
watched the later, like the 11 o'clock episode live. Girl, I was knocked out midpoint.
dang, dang. That's bad.
I laughed at some parts, like Danny when they was getting ready to go. She was like, "I'm gonna go with you," and Andy was like, "Well, don't you got to change clothes?" And she said she had a whole bag.
I didn't see that. I didn't see it. She looked nice.
She did,
She
girl.
looked
She
nice.
said she had a whole bag. I'm
I
like, she
missed
is
it.
so stupid.
I missed it. That goes to show how boring it was for me. I probably was
Uh-huh.
digging in my nose or something. That's ridiculous. Okay, well,
Yeah,
we gonna shut it down because I cannot.
I know. I think the only other thing I wanted to bring up was going back to Sabrina and Bayo.
Mhm.
Why did he turn the whole thing around on her? Like she had a stereotype about Africans or something. Sabrina
Yeah,
she never was like that.
but that was him feeling bad for himself. That's what that was
It
all
had to
about.
be, yeah, because she always protected his character, when anybody else would talk about him or be leery of him. She never
Even with
was.
she was the same way with Calvin. Everybody
Mhm.
talked about him with those panties, but she didn't make a big deal out of. I wasn't trying to.
Right.
No shade, no shade. I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying to. But she didn't make it. I mean, she told folks only because she was
Yeah,
shocked, but she didn't like other people talking about it in a derogatory way. But
right.
yeah,
I'm
so hopefully
like,
next week, because if next week is we gonna cancel. Did you see what I saw? We're gonna just have to take it. No, we're gonna just take the sign down because that's ridiculous.
girl, they better give us something to talk about.
Right. Girl, anything further from you because I done sat up here and got an attitude.
Nah, honey, that's all I got.
All right. All
We
right, you
stretched it out
guys.
pretty good though,
Girl,
under the
because I was at
circumstances.
15 minutes, I was like, okay. Even a dog
Yeah.
was scratching. I was like, "Me too, child." But just ridiculous. Guys, we're gonna get out of here. We'll get back at you
Yeah.
all next week.
All right. Bye.